we're here yet again with Thomas, this time celebrating a top 8 victory at the Fort Worth Regional, right?
Yes, sir. Got 7th place.
7th place. All right, and we were playing Rescue Ace this time, not Snake Eyes.
Yep.
So let's see what the Rescue Ace deck is. First of all, you have any shout-outs or anything?
Yeah, so first off, shout out to my girlfriend. She is super supportive. She's always awesome and, always listens when I rant about Yugioh randomly. So thankful that she was able to let me go because I think we had like a date planned beforehand, but she was still like, you should go do your best. And I brought home that top 8 victory for the first time, which is awesome. Shout out to Bobo and David, my travel partners, because I woke up an hour late from meeting up and they waited for me. And then when they had given up all hope, I had woken up and texted them that I was ready to go. So shout out to them because the event did cap at 508 players. And we were able to sneak in somewhere hopefully around the 400 mark. So shout out to them as well. Also to all the OKC people and Aaron here, make sure you guys subscribe. His channel's awesome. He's awesome. But yeah, that's all shout outs right now.
All right, let's get into it.
All right. Oops. So I decided to play Rescue Ace because although I've done pretty good with Snake Eyes, I was kind of getting tired of the hand traps and the cross out and lullabies, and I was breaking on hand traps at locals. Before this, I think I went 23-0 in local tournaments, winning like 5 or 6 back to back, and then I was like, it's time for a change. Enough is enough. And then I cooked up this crazy deck at 2 in the morning, right before. The day before the regional, and then took it to locals and won first place, undefeated. And so here it is. Get straight into it. So one airlifter. Also, shout out to the German translation of these cards. In English, this looks interesting. Good old donkey. But yeah, so one airlifter because it's the best one-card combo of the deck. One Rhoda to get there. I also played 3 Impulse. And 1 Fire Attacker. This was really good. Impulse or Fire Attacker was really good because every time they would go normal summon Snake Eye Ash, I would chain Impulse to special Fire Attacker and then draw 2, discard 1, and sometimes that would be a Diabellstar. So then I could summon back Diabellstar and just play a lot on their turn, and they weren't ready for it. Also, quick shout outs before I forget. Shout out to QCR Imperm and QCR Ash because them and none of their buddies were in my list. I played no standard hand traps. Not necessarily all gas, but I didn't play Imperm, I didn't play Nib, I didn't play Ash, I didn't play Valor, none of that. And so, yeah, shout out to these guys because they didn't help me at all today. 3 Hydrant, this is what makes the deck good. Searcher, best starter, just 3 for consistency. And then the standard 2 Preventer, 2 Turbulence. Set 4 is broken. Every time I set 4, I won the game. Easy. Except for one game because I was just bad. The one-ofs, the Alert, Rescue, Contain, and Extinguish. Just the cards that make Rescue Ace good. Very nice. 3 Emergency because why not play 3? And 1 HQ because shuffle back, draw 1, and also the normal summon is very, very good. And then we played the Diabellstar engine, so 3, 3, 1. And then the honorary original, which is 1 for 1. Just super good to get these. And then just having access to these and having access to draw cards, just the most consistency was really good. A lot of people were expecting me to summon like Snake Eye Ash off it, and I just summoned Hydrant, and they're like, whoa, that's cool. And then the reason why this deck got better in Phantom Nightmare is a 3 Bonfire and 1 Poplar. So this essentially is another Diabellstar line. It'll go activate Bonfire, search Poplar to summon, and that'll get us another original. A lot of people were thinking that I was just outdated when I ever activated Bonfire and didn't search Snake Eye Ash, and then they saw a couple seconds later why I did that.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was good. I played the Surprise Factor all day long. 3 Pot of Prosperity because no one's playing draw right now, and I wanted to exploit that by, if I got hand trapped, I just banish 6 and look for the card that plays around that hand trap or wins. And it came up every time I saw Pot. The only doing half damage never really did anything because I was going to win in the ground game anyways because I got to set 4 or reset 4 and then set 4. It was really great. So Pot was awesome. 1 Called By just because I didn't want to get drolled randomly. Or any other hand trap, but the only time this card really ever came up was to stop a Veiler, and then they Veilered me again. So it didn't matter. I still won anyways, though. And then the MVP of the entire day was Forbidden Droplet. This was so good. No one was really expecting it. It's really good into Pure Snake Eye, and it's really good into Voiceless Voice, which a lot of people would think you would struggle playing Voiceless Voice because this deck targets everything. My favorite play of the day, actually, was activate Harpy's Feather Duster. They chained Skull Guardian to negate, and I chained Droplet. And then it traded with 4 back row cards, and a Fenrir and that. So, absolutely amazing. This is really great versus Stun, too. I'm super happy I played it. 2 Kashtira Fenrir, just because I feel like this card is really strong. Sometimes it just solos boards on its own, and in Hand Trap Wars, Fenrir always comes out king. It's a king of Hand Trap Wars. Only played 2 because a lot of times I was summoning and I didn't really want to see it or break on it. So if I saw it, I saw it. If I didn't, it was whatever. It was a good starter. And then you all know from the last deck profile how I love the Beastils. 1 Beastil, Druid Worm, 1 Magnemite. Every time I saw Magnemite, I won the game because sometimes Snake Eyes players were just not ready to get hit with the Magnemite into Druid Worm, into just having 2 bodies on the field. It was great. And then, as if this deck wasn't spicy enough, the 45th card, don't ask me why I played 45, I just did, was EMP Meowmine. So, for those that don't know this effect, this card, if there's a Link 2 or Link 2 monster on the field or in the graveyard, you can just special summon it. It's an inherent summon, just like Fenrir. And it just special summons, and then if a Link 2 is banished face up, so like SP banishes itself face up, or sent to the graveyard, you can banish this from your hand or graveyard, and then bounce a card on their field. So it's like Heavenly Seals. So it's just so good at breaking boards. The reason why I decided to play this card, even though it just seems like it'd be a break and really bad, is because a lot of people are popping Dark with Promethean Princess because, you know, most people don't play a Dark target. So I'd summon Dark, and I'd be like, anything here? And they'd be like, yeah, Princess pop. And so they'd pop it, and then I'd search EMP Meowmine, and they'd be like, what? And then this would replace EMP Meowmine, and I'd just continue comboing off. So it was...
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And then going first, there's actually some lines that you can set this up in your graveyard as an extra body, and then whenever you SP banish something, you'll bounce something else. So this also outs Floodgates as well, because it bounces any card on the field. So if they pop Summon Limit, and then you just send a card to the graveyard, you know, this card will bounce for you. So amazing.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's literally like the secret sauce spice. Moving on to the extra deck, we'll start with the Link 1s, Link Rebo, and Anima. So the reason why I decided to play Anima wasn't because I necessarily just wanted to punish people for playing to the zone. That did come up a couple times, and it was good stealing Link 4s like Appaloosa or Raging Phoenix, but I just wanted another time because Link Rebo gets outed and banished so often that I just wanted another way to get into Dark and get into continue comboing off if I wanted to. So those two. 2 SP, because SP is just really good in Rescue Ace, because you have the combo where you have SP and Turbulence on your 4th summon, and so if they that forces them to have to imperm Turbulence on summon, and then you just make Princess and summon it back. It's like super good. The Heat Soul and Salomon Great Sunlight Wolf, this is just for more draw power. If I open pot, I'm just banishing these off pot, and because I'm never going to be able to draw again. But if I don't get hand trapped, I will end up drawing like 4 cards on my turn on top of setting 4. It's like absolutely insane. So the Charmers, Hita, and Dark, these guys are just a must play, and they're very, very good. You always have to have an answer to these when your opponent summons them, or else you're just going to get OTK'd. So Link 4s. I guess I should also do the Link 3s first, but Celine into Access Code is a great OTK line, and there's actually a combo where you can do this, and then if you get nibbed or something, you go into the Raging Phoenix line. But this was awesome, the easiest way for me to kill, because I usually kept this in and banished everything else off pot. So Princess, definitely very, very strong in this deck, because they'd like imperm something, and then you just summon it back later. And so it was just disgusting. Raging Phoenix and Zealantis for the OTK, and then Appaloosa. This never really came up, but in theory, if I ever played like a Fluwandereeze or something, I could just make this and sit on 4 back row, and then it'd just be broken. And then the card that definitely should not have been in my deck, extra deck, but definitely was, because I did not have a tuner. But the theory was I would make like Dark or Hita. I'd make Hita. I'd summon their Ash, get another body, link it off into Celine effect, summon back my Diabellstar, and then I'd make a Baron on top of that, and then they could just cry because I had Baron plus set 4. But that never came up. It's more like, I guess, like a wet dream. But it never came up. Definitely should have been Nightmare Phoenix, but it was nice to stare at or banish off Pot of Prosperity. So next is the side deck. 1 Duster. Shout out to the ulti my girlfriend pulled. It's super
Looking
nice.
clean.
Pretty good. And then 2 Lightning Storm, because just back row removal is super strong. I don't want to get summon limited or anything like that. If I get anti-spelled, oh well. Just kidding. I have 2 Pankratops for that. I decided not to play Cosmic today because I didn't think that I would see a lot of Fire Kings, but I did. I saw 3. It didn't matter. I still won anyways. 1 Talents, just because I couldn't find the best 15th card for the slot. And then some more Beast Stills, because I really don't want to get Game and Puppet locked or lose to Branded. And this is just really good into Pure Snake Eye as well.
Voiceless as well.
Oh yeah, and Voiceless. Anti-spell for going first, because I don't want to get Lightning Storm dusted or anything like that. This won me every time I saw it, which was only once, but I flipped it and they were like, dang, go ahead. And then I just OTK'd from there. And then the last card in the extra deck, also very spicy, but this was the MVP versus Fire Mirrors. I would use this. So basically, if your opponent summons from the main deck, you can special summon it to the field, and then it will target 1 monster on their field. And like, let's say they had an Ash, Snake Eye Ash, you can target that and special summon a monster with the same attributes, so it would be fire and the same attack and defense, and every Rescue Ace monster is the same attack and defense. So what would happen a lot is I'd open Gizmek Uka, and they'd like Diabellstar, set original send to special summon Snake Eye Ash. I'd summon Gizmek Uka, and Gizmek Uka effect would target their Ash, and then I'd special summon Fire Attacker, and then Fire Attacker would allow me to draw 2, discard 1, and then sometimes I would just be able to discard Diabellstar, so I'd send Diabellstar, and then I'd pitch a card in my hand, like say like a Rescue Ace Trap, and summon again, and then I'd start my turn off with 3 bodies on field, plus if I had a beast, still 4 bodies on field, and it was just absolutely disgusting.
That's gross, and that's cancer.
Yeah, it's literally disgusting, and they were just, the pressure got to them a lot. And then the secret hidden effect of Gizmek Uka is that every time your opponent summons, they take 300 points of damage.
So that's good for time and stuff.
Yeah, it was great into time. But even though that's not the main purpose of it, initially it was, but then it just turned into, I get to start my turn with a free like access code. So that was broken. But yeah, so the deck performed really, really well. I was very scared because I didn't play any like of your standard hand traps, and those I thought would be very, very necessary.
Plus the 45 cards.
Oh yeah, plus 45 cards. But the deck turned out to seem either I was extremely lucky or it was fairly consistent, and I figured something out. I played 5 Snake Eyes in total, and I won every single one except for round 1 where I tied because my opponent didn't really know the combos, and I had to stare at everyone while they went full combo every game. but it's okay. We came out on top. The final record was 7 wins, 0 losses, and 2 draws. And so we went undefeated for the first time in a regional. Got 7th place because there were a lot of people, and there were a good amount of X1s and stuff like that. But we still did good. We got the mat. We got the dub. We brought it back home.
Very nice, very nice.
But yeah, that's it for the day.
Is there anything you would want to change?
Definitely, I would like to probably find another way to utilize Lightning Storm or a way to back row remove. Maybe switch out Lightning Storms for Cosmics or something, because it was pretty frustrating. Like, it never came up that I drew Lightning Storm and had 3 monsters on field, but I can see how that would be frustrating. And then other than that, like, the deck performed very, very well. I wouldn't have anything I would ever change. I don't think I would have the balls to take this to another regional because it's a very awkward list, but it worked out very well, and it worked out exactly as I wanted to. Everything in every scenario. exactly how I planned it. So that was really nice to see that success. But yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, thanks for the deck profile.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy.